Alright. I uh I just woke up and I was tweeting Tariq Nasheed because he's talking about for this museum that he wants to do a Dr. Africa exhibit and a Phil Valentine exhibit. And I'm just like, bro, those people don't deserve an exhibit. Dr. Sebi built a healing center. It's still there. You can still go there. Like you can go eat food there, go sleep there. It's open, even during quarantine, to my knowledge. You know what I mean? Now, I think that people who have the Rona are should quarantine at home and maybe not go to Usha Village because I'm pretty sure you can't travel if you have certain things, you're not supposed to be traveling and stuff like that. So I'm a little confused about what's going on with Usha Village, but um yeah, the body heals itself. No one is a healer. There's no such thing as a healer. They can help facilitate and encourage the body, but the body heals itself. Sometimes people believe that depression. Okay, I watch Coffee and Kush. Okay, this is actually what I'm about to talk about. He's talking about Brother Polite grooming, and I'm going to talk about Malachi York. That's my main thing because I pretty much noticed that you know Tyriq Nasheed didn't say he wanted to put Malachi York in the Hidden History Museum, but I've seen him joke about Malachi York and talk about how intelligent the Nuwapians are. But Tariq Nasheed knows that something ain't right with the Nuwapians. Okay? Now, Tariq Nasheed put Brother Polite, Umar Johnson, Dr. Africa in his movies. And we see what happened with Umar Johnson. He just became a big fat monster. And not the good monster from the movies that you like. The bad ones. Oh. Actually, I have a wood floor and I clean it with natural soap and I sleep on the floor. So I was gonna say something about I hope that y'all don't mind that I'm in bed, but I'm actually not in bed. I'm just on the floor because I like to sleep on the floor. Um, the police beat me up really bad, and I'm going through a lot of anxiety right now. And I'm just trying to get my work did because I'm functioning pretty much disabled. I am disabled and I've ran circles around all of you and beat all of you. And it is very sad that y'all let somebody who was going to run in the Special Olympics beat you. If you don't qualify to be in the Special Olympics, you should be ashamed of yourself. You know what I mean? I can qualify to go get in the Special Olympics. So, yeah. Shout out to my disabled people. It's a lot of disabled people that's on the internet. And some of them can't see all of the BS that y'all are showing off. They can only hear all the lies and then eventually figure it out, maybe faster than some of the rest of us. There are disabled people that, you know, they might can't see all of the lies and they might hear them, and maybe it might take them longer. But I think that eventually even they will get free. And that's something about the internet that I'm encouraging people like Tariq Nasheed to take more seriously, because you put people in your movie like Umar Johnson, Brother Polite, Dr. Africa, and all those people are garbage. Yet they were able to manipulate people and survive. There are plenty of people that should have been in hidden history, like maybe a black inventor, an actual black inventor that's alive right now. Like there should have been a whole, at least couple. There's got to be some black inventors that's alive right now that could talk about how to invent things, and even going into the books or whatever it is, journals of old black inventors. The movie could have been better by just eliminating these stupid people and getting to the real people. He didn't shoot Dr. Sebi. He shot Dr. Africa first. Then talked about putting Dr. Sebi in the next one, and then they killed Dr. Sebi, so now y'all just got Dr. Africa again. Some people don't realize what goes on in the Matrix. I want to show y'all 3 things that happen in the Matrix. Common, the rapper Common. Some people know that there's a rapper named Common. He was with Erykah Badu. That relationship didn't work because she's a crazy witch that makes garbage food. Lenny Kravitz isn't a vegan, okay? But let's just stick on Common, because I think Common's not a vegan anymore. I know Andre 3000, her other boyfriend, isn't a vegan. I don't know if she had a relationship with Lenny Kravitz, but I know that Andre 3000 isn't a vegan. Brother Polite said that he's not a vegan. Don't call him that no more. That's what he said officially. So people were like, oh God, Brother Polite's a vegan. I'm not as holy as him. I'm not as great as him. No, he's not a vegan. He said it. Now, this book that's on the screen, I think, is probably garbage. I'm pretty sure this book is garbage. My wife likes to read, and I let her read it, because I might read it just to see how much garbage it is. No, but sometimes you don't know things are garbage when you're young, and you think that it's still cool. Like, I remember reading Malachi York books and being like, this shit don't make no sense. Something ain't right here. This shit don't make no damn sense. Like, it's so sad that people who were not truly educated, like, you get somebody who made it in American school system, they could still be a real idiot. But if you get somebody who's average in the American school system or below average, they're more likely to be in a, cult. Like in all the other cults. Those were cults in America. White people, black people, it's like people fell for it. And it's like, wow, it really works on people? I can't believe it. So, let me stick with the subject. It was what? Dr. Africa? Uh, God, excuse me. Um, let me start all over. Okay. So, you got Dr. Okay, oh yeah. Common. His name is not Common. His name is Common Sense. So everybody that's truly a fan of hip hop knows that his name is not Common. His name is Common Sense. There's a rapper named Prince. They took his name. He became the artist formerly known as Prince. And he became a symbol. A symbol. Just a symbol itself. Some people don't know why people even like Prince. It's like, that man went against the whole music industry and went off. That nigga changed his name to a symbol. And this is the kind of stuff that people want to understand the power of. They're trying to learn how to, from Brother Polite, like they think that there's some power that they're going to get from Brother Polite because they saw Prince do something great. And they know that Prince was a vegetarian. You know what I mean? Y'all gonna make me turn this shit off? Okay. So You got the Prince lost his name, got his name back. Then you got what's it called? That's like selling your soul. That's crazy. You know, like they just took the man's name. It's like that was his real name. That's not a made up name. Anyway, we all should learn a big lesson from that. And I've been meditating about the fact that we saw Dr. Sabi's kids on all these radio shows and Essence Festival, Wellness House. And I'm like, did they sign a 360 deal already? Did they already? God, like, I'm like, did they sign a 360 deal? Like, that shit look kind of weird now that I think about it. I'm like, I hope y'all didn't sign nothing. Anyway, so you got the baby. There's a rapper everybody's making fun of because his name is the baby. But he was really the baby Jesus. So you got Common, Prince, the baby. It was one more. I'm trying to remember who else it was. I'm trying to remember, but it's like Dr. Africa. Is his name really Laela Africa? Is his name really Laela Africa? Maybe. I don't know. Did he change it? I don't know. Brother Polite. His name was True Light. When did he become Brother Polite? Why is he named Brother Polite? Is his name a scam in itself? Like you gotta be polite around him or something? I don't know. That shit is weird. But I was just thinking about this stuff. Like, people got fake names when some people got real names. Like, Prince had a real name. Then they took his real name. And then some people, they take their rap name and make them change it. And I was just thinking about how weird this world is and how over time you gain wisdom. And younger people don't have that wisdom. And how it's like a power that you have to be responsible and be like, yo, I'm not gonna take advantage though. I'm gonna just try to put you on and tell you. But when we was kids, we didn't listen to our elders. There was one more rapper's name that got changed and I forgot, but just it's not even that serious, you know. Um the whole thing is now I've become the elder to the elders. I'm the thrice great. Like I'm greater than the elders. Like they could have wisdom and some, but some of that ain't even really wisdom. Some of it is just dumb shit. You know, like oh, if your hands start itching, you should gamble because you're gonna win some money. I'm like, no, auntie, you got arthritis. You've been eating pork. You need to stop eating that pork. You got, worms or something. You don't need to be gambling. They sit up there telling themselves, giving themselves excuses to go gamble. Walking past me asking for help. And they wouldn't even pay me to cut their grass or pump their gas. But they going in with a cane. Going in the store with a cane, barely can walk, about to go spend $300 on a lotto ticket. And I'm like, you really come here every week and just gamble scratch offs? Like, I can understand going to the casino because it's like bum, 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 lights and all that stuff. But you just scratching a piece of paper in your lap in your stank car. You know what I mean? Anyway, the whole topic is that Tariq Nasheed fucked up with Umar Johnson. He fucked up with Dr. Africa. He fucked up not doing Dr. Sabi content when he was supposed to. And he should have, but he was distracted because of the glass ceiling above his head. There's something holding him back from being truly enlightened. Um, for him to make these mistakes, that lets you see that the cult magic, the illusions have worked on him to some degree because he's still bigging up Queen Afua. And I think he put Queen Afua in a Hidden Colors or even let her be in a Dr. Sabi Nick Cannon movie. And I'm like, that bitch shouldn't be in shit. Bitch ain't shit. But see, again, my wife was holding that book up in one of her pictures, and I said, baby, take that goddamn picture down now. And some people will be like, yo, why are you talking to your wife like that? And I'm like, yo, the phone only let me send a message that was goddamn 2 sentences long. Like, then the fucking phone went off or it died or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I could only express myself in 2 sentences. And it's like, I can't be all, I love you, honey, but I really need to talk to you and let's think. No, bitch, put it down. Go set that shit on fire. I'll tell you later. Let's talk about it later. you know? And it's like, why it's so extreme? It's like, no, you need to burn it for magic. You need to burn it because that is better for it to give you heat than for it to corrupt your mind and give you illusions of grandeur. So, um, Tariq Nasheed learned his lesson with Umar Johnson, but he didn't learn it well enough. You know what I mean? It's like I told him on live on the air, and I was like, yo, just let me get an interview and work with your assistant or your chef, and you hire somebody else. I don't need to cook for you. Just let me get my interview on. Nigga, do you think I got a job yet? No. And I'm not hating, but dude, begging for money in a suit for a museum, I'm neither here nor there for it. I I don't know because part of me is like, yeah, maybe I can get a job working there, but I don't know because bruh still didn't never give me my interview. So I don't know. I can't speak on it. I think that it's possibly a good thing, but not if you're gonna put a bunch of bullshit in there. Like putting Phil Valentine in that motherfucker. Fuck Phil Valentine. You know what I mean? Putting Queen Afua or Dr. Africa in there. Fuck both of them niggas. I don't give a fuck if they tell us what they learned while working for the military. It's like, nigga, a psychic could have told us the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like we don't need you to sit up here and lie to us. Dr. Africa be lying his ass off, man. He is an agent. Dr. Africa. It's like okay, I'm an agent, right? That's why I never started a business. Because I realized that I've been programmed. So if I go and start a business, I'm going to probably still do what I'm programmed to do. I have to go deprogram myself and then maybe I could do something. You get what I'm saying? So that's why I didn't just go write a how to be vegan book. That's why Dr. Sebi probably didn't even do it. Because it's like, bruh, we got a lot more working on ourselves to do. Like, I need to work with more scientists. I need to work with more chefs to make these recipes. And I need to make sure that it's not, I don't want to sell y'all something like they say you can't cook with olive oil, you should cook with coconut oil. I'm like, I want to get a scientist in here and figure it out. Because I'm tired of not knowing if this shit is lies or the truth. I'm going to get a scientist in here. We're going to do some tests and tell you to figure it out for yourself. We're going to do the experiment and then just tell you what we found out. Does it raise the pH? Does it lower the pH? You know. Anyway, people be reading stuff out of books. That's not the real power. That's the armchair research that Dr. Sabi talked about when you need to do in the field research. So, Tariq Nasheed, imagine if you put Malachi York in there. That shit would be worse. But putting Queen Afu in there is just like putting Malachi York in there. It's just another cult with a lot of bullshit. And you think because they women, ain't no evil shit happening. Ain't no evil shit going on. Everybody know women be doing crazy shit. Like, y'all remember when the police was coming and messing with me? Like, we got a complaint. And I'm like, who the fuck called the police? It was probably some of these witches. Like, oh no, we got to stop him from making YouTube videos. And I'm like talking to the police, like, can I at least know who my accuser is? Like, what am I being accused of? You know, like, golly, bro, like, just I'm being civil with you. So Tariq Nasheed fucked up with Umar Johnson, and he learned his lesson, kinda. But he didn't learn it enough because he's still talking about Phil Valentine and Dr. Africa. And then he'll talk about Dr. Savy too. And it's like the babies are getting confused. They're following you. They don't know what to do. You even had a young girl that on the live one time, and he was like, "Y'all, this is like our daughter." Well, if it's like your daughter, then you're still leading one person, one life that you know that you're affecting. You cannot deny it. And if you're gonna take responsibility for your children and other people's children that watch your live and watch your content, then you gotta say things like say no to drugs, drink responsibly. You know what I mean? Everybody learn how to read. You know what I mean? She might not know how to read English well enough and might just say, fuck it, I still need to read some books. So my wife might read this book and this book might be bullshit. It might take her 30 seconds to figure it out, or it might take my wife 30 years to figure it out. Being a loving husband, I gotta sit here and wait 30 years for my wife to say, baby, you was right. I'm like, damn, I told you. But I gotta let my wife sit on the beach and read the book and do what the fuck she wanna do because the black woman is queen of everything. 30 years now, y'all are fucking in limbo where I am sitting up here just chilling. I'm just waiting on my wife, goddamn. You know what I mean? So I can't save the world. I can't do nothing. I gotta wait till she tell me what to do. You said just about to start to get into this one. Okay, so my wife telling me to chill out and go read. So that's what I gotta go do. She posting it. That's what she telling you to do. Go chill out and read a book. So go read. I don't know if you should read this book. I say this book probably full of shit. But you know what? If you want to read that book, so be it. I don't care. You know what I mean? There's a lot worse you could be doing, you know. But this is bad. So, Tariq Nasheed, if you put Phil Valentine and Dr. Africa in your museum, you'll be wasting your time. They should, people like Queen Afu and all them, they should be like skeletons, like relics. Like, they should be like if they're in the museum, they should be like something in the restroom. Like little little portraits in the restroom. Like, these people taught us a lot, but they're no longer useful. We consider them defunct. Defunct. You know what I mean? Like, they are the funky ones. They are useless. So you do not need them. You know what I mean? They are cult leaders. They are cult members. They are masons and all this other stuff, and they're useless to us. We do not need to continue with this masonry and Eastern stars and all this shit. We don't need to continue that shit no more. That shit needs to end. You know, some of us want to go to college and get out of quarantine and all this stuff. You go back to college, you're gonna go back to your secret societies and shit. And maybe you need a break from the college GMO food that's in there. Maybe they need to go reset the menu and get it right for y'all. Maybe some of that is your land and they got to shut down the college. Maybe that college can't even be there legally no more because that's your land. There's a lot of stuff going on that y'all aren't even thinking about. But, um, yeah, pretty much. I just wanted to talk about the Hidden History Museum. Like, he might put this lady in the museum. I was listening to her talk and she sounded stupid as hell. But in her time, that shit might have been amazing. You know what I mean? It's just like if somebody went back to when we was on dial up and showed up with the iPhone, I feel like I was watching Star Trek. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, that's movie shit. Nigga, that ain't real. You know? So, um, this day is a day that we all prayed for and wished for. Like, man, like just getting to the internet and then getting this fast internet where we can live stream and do things live. This is like a dream come true, but then it's like you start to see that the world is so fucked up, and it's like we can only clean it up so fast. We can only fix the planet so fast because people are not really trying to wake up. You know what I mean? Like, I still haven't seen Tariq Nasheed go to Usha Village. He gone to Dubai. He gone to everywhere, all over the place. And I'm like, bro, just go to freaking Usha Village. Like, for real, dude. Just, hire your own personal vegan chef to come and make food for you. You know what I mean? Pay for them to go to Usha Village. Just, oh God. Like, it's very alarming sometimes when you really rule the world. So that's what I'm trying to explain is that I have the wisdom and I've surpassed the elders. And surpassing the elders, like the old ones and even the younger ones, like Tariq Nasheed, I'm trying to be respectful to my elders and be like, y'all are fucking up. It's like little kids teach me how to do everything on the internet. If I want to fix something, there's probably a little kid that knows how to do it better than a grown man. And it's like I have to sit down and shut up and listen to this little kid teach me how to make money so that I can survive. If it weren't for little kids that got on the internet and taught us how to fix stuff, I would not be even who I am today. I would not have the knowledge I have. I wouldn't have the power I have. I would not have the money I have. I wouldn't have my wife. I wouldn't have nothing that I have that is of me today. I would not have if it wasn't for these geniuses that get on the internet and teach people how to do stuff. And I think it's so crazy that, you know, they put their lives at risk even getting on the internet. And that's kind of crazy that we live in a world like that. But, these children taught all of us. They make these videos on how to do this and how to do that. And I'm like, I really gotta sit here and listen to a 10-year-old? Like, how old is this little kid teaching me how to do this? But it's like you had to let your ego go, like, you know what? Once I realized that these kids really knew what they were talking about, I sat down and shut the fuck up. Fuck it. These little kids are geniuses. They know how to fix everything. Like, that shit blew my mind. I'm like, is your dad like a engineer or something? Like, how how do these kids know how to do this stuff? Like, like it's like the Pata magic. It's like the little people magic. It's like I wonder, like, could children really build Wakanda? Like, if we gave children all the knowledge instead of teaching them about cartoon characters and dumb stuff and make believe fairy tales of bunny rabbits and Santa Claus. What if we just gave kids real science and real, technology and to develop and to do experiments with and stuff? Would these kids actually build Wakanda? It was like they actually figured out how to make rocket ships and all this stuff, man. I don't know. They made vibranium and everything, built whole Wakanda. Like in the movie, the younger sister was the technology genius. And I'm like, maybe kids' brains are like super smart or something. Like, I don't know. Like, and also when you get old, your ego sets in, and also you get like stuck in doing things the same way, you know? So I thought that, like, for example, Tariq Nasheed, I didn't really see him getting like drops. Like, he does drops for people's birthdays. I didn't see him getting celebrity shout outs for the Hidden History Museum. You know what I mean? Like, I just thought that would have been cool. Like, if every celebrity just reshared him, I think that he would have definitely got the goal within time. He might get it. I'm not sure, but I'm just gonna speak on it because I know By the time this video is uploaded, the campaign will be almost over. But I'm gonna go get my day started. Drink me some Fiji water or some Perrier. With the Perry. Oh, before I even get done, oh yeah. So in this situation, I'm like the younger kid, and I'm getting older and older. So eventually, hopefully it'll be somebody smarter than me, so I can retire like Dr. Sabi retired. And I'm like, dang, I needed to study more with him. But I'm thankful for the energy that he did give. Because this helps the future. Like one day, there's gonna be somebody like, yo, that dude was a genius, and I'll be gone, and they'll be inspired. But yeah, it's just like I'm gonna like Tariq Nasheed was making fun of Malachi York, and I think it was the funniest thing in the world. I was laughing. He was like, "Hollering at the bitches on Planet Risk," and I was like, "Man, that shit was so funny." Because I imagined like Star Trek, how the captain of the ship would always be messing with the alien girls, and I was laughing because that sounded like the rap that Tariq Nasheed did when he was making fun of New Wapians. And I'm like, bro, you learned your lesson with the New Wapians. Luckily, you got away from that shit. Because a lot of people didn't. Now you got to get away from Phil Valentine and Sonetta and goddamn Brother Polight and Dr. Africa. And what's the other one? Did I say Phil Valentine already? They're all cult members. They're all crazy people. They're all, ain't shit, and they'll tell you all the time. I told y'all, Dr. Africa created a product called Alkaline, and then he died. I'm like, dude, I thought you were gonna live to be like 150 or something. You can't not live to be 100 and die because everybody that's black know about some old person that eat pork that lived to be 100. So the whole point is we got to have a vegan teacher, not a master teacher as Tariq put it, but a teacher that lives to be past 100. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it because they're putting me through way too much, y'all. That I can't take this shit no more. Y'all ain't supporting me. Y'all ain't giving me, y'all not paying me what y'all supposed to be paying me. A lot of people owe me some money. And you're hiding on the internet. They deleting their accounts and shit like that. And I've showed you, like, my other wife that owed me money. It's like, bitch, how you just gonna take my ideas and run off? Like, I probably gotta go sue her or some shit. You know what I mean? It's just so much crazy shit going on. But I wanted to show y'all something because I just thought it was crazy because Umar Johnson had this little action figure toy. And I was like, why does he have an action figure of himself? First of all, he's fat and out of shape. He's unathletic. So why does his action figure have muscles? He said he never played sports and he can't dance. So that's like making an animation of Umar dancing with muscles like Michael Jackson. And it's like a 3D thing or something. It's like, bro, that's really blasphemy now. This is like Photoshop. It's like that's the devil, you know? And it's crazy because I know that if he does the museum, he's probably gonna try to get Dr. Sabi's kids up there that's been exposed already to speak and stuff. But ouch, ouch, ouch. Anyway, oh man, Umar Johnson had this little action figure, and I was like, why would you have an action figure of yourself? Because I could understand if it was like an action figure of like a black Superman or Meteor Man or because Meteor Man was in a movie. That's a movie. Just I could understand, but when you had an action figure of yourself, there's some young rappers like Travis Scott who's done it, but most of that is for Robot Chicken. It's like they're really referencing Robot Chicken, which is a show where they have action figures live out life, like it's like Toy Story, but with real toys instead of 3D. So in the future, It's a movie. It's all cartoons and movies and stuff. So anyway, the whole point is when Umar Johnson makes an action figure, why is he making an action figure? Is he trying to target the children mentally so he can get to the parents, the mom, so he can get to the money? Why does Umar Johnson have an action figure? He's supposed to be a doctor of psychology. If anything, the action figure should be him in a suit teaching or whatever, or dashiki or whatever. But the action figure was like a superhero. I'm like, there's nothing super about him. It's like Photoshop. But then I was thinking about this other action figure. So hold on. So open the ball. So this is Malachi York's rhetoric. They call it a scroll, although it's just a book or a pamphlet or whatever. It doesn't roll up like a scroll at all. I don't even think you read the books backwards like a. I don't know. Okay, they call it a scroll, and they dress up. They put on fake gold and stuff, and they dress up like Egyptians. They dress up like Native Americans. They dress up like Moors. They dress up like Jesus and stuff. But this, they actually have like balls and dinners and stuff, like just like any other masonry secret society. And I believe that Malachi York is a mason, or he has a degree, and he decided to make his own temple or own offshoot. So this is your glass ceiling. For those who want to be woke, you can't get past your puppet strings or your puppeteers, your Erica Badu's and all that, because they're up there with Barack Obama and they proved it. And she made a silly face, and it's like, it don't matter if you with Barack Obama. Barack Obama is canceled. So Erica Badu just canceled herself. She just proved that she ain't shit because she was making a coon face for Barack Obama. And it's like, don't nobody give a shit about Barack Obama no more? And your ass could have messed around and caught that Rona fucking around without your mask on. Anyway, let me just, cause she's wearing the death mask, and this headset is a mask of a dead person. This is the part of the thing that you see with King Tut, but the mask is removed. This is what you call a death mask. Why are living people wearing death masks? Does it seem practical for a person to just walk around with that on all day for no reason? I know y'all have seen it in movies and different stuff where they put the little white headdress and it just kind of looks like this. But does it make any sense at all? Why do they dress up like this and then not just walk around like that all day and see if they pass out? Like my, Brother Polite with his hats. I'm going to tell y'all a secret. Wearing hats will make you go bald. Just putting a hat on your head will make you go bald. One, the sun energy isn't vibrating with your hair and all that stuff with your skull and your brain. Two, the hat could be dirty, harboring bacteria and stuff like that, which is not going to be healthy for your hair growth. Um, you know, bed, different kind of bugs and stuff like that, whatever. Also, the hat has like chemicals in it and stuff. It has dyes. You wash it with soaps. It's got chemicals in it. So unless you got your hat and then you go and wash it with like a natural soap or something and vinegar and stuff like that, and then put it on, most people will just get their hat, take the stickers off, and put it on and be like, I got a fresh hat on. It's like, yeah, but you got to go. You're really not supposed to put no clothes on without washing them. Some clothes will tell you like they've been pre-washed, and then some clothes will tell you like, yo, wash this before you even put it on your body. But most people won't do that. Just pop tags and put clothes on. So when you see Brother Polite do all this shopping on Melrose and all that, ask the student, did you see him wash the clothes before he put them on, or were the clothes pre-washed? Because this is supposed to be the sacred Egyptian order, and he was supposed to be initiated and into the trust and really learn something great. But Brother Polite ain't shit. That's why his hairline is so far back. Man, I showed it the other day. It was funny. I probably showed it at the end of this video. But I wanted to show y'all the ball, because the dinner and the ball. And I was going to go to one of the dinners at one point in time, because the Malachi York cult members will convince you that Malachi York did not do anything. They are so serious that he did not do anything to anybody. And part of me is confused, because it's like, are the children considered gods now? Can the children have sex when they're 13 now? Can you marry children when they're 13? Some white people did it. Now I'm confused, because I thought children could marry each other when they were 13, not marry some old motherfucker. You know what I mean? They're supposed to be messing around with somebody else pure, not somebody that's been drinking malt liquor and just got saved. Not somebody that's been eating pork and all that. If they vegan babies and stuff, right? I heard Malachi York was taking them to McDonald's for ice cream, which seems very pedophilish. Oh, wait, wasn't R. Kelly meeting people at McDonald's? Okay, hold on. So Malachi York, I heard he was taking the kids to McDonald's to treat them. I don't understand why they can't make their own ice cream. I learned how to make ice cream in elementary school. Like young Pharaoh statues that got broke and he beat up his girlfriend. I learned how to make them statues in elementary school. We can do paper mache. We could do it, we could do different kinds. We could do the plaster. We could do different kinds. I showed y'all how to make one with plastic and fingernail polish. So why didn't Malachi York just teach the kids how to make their own ice cream? What grandmaster teacher is this? I gotta set the Malachi York cult members free, because Malachi York supported Dr. Sebi in some kind of way. And because he supported Dr. Sebi, many people feel they owe their life to Malachi York, because he helped them get off of drugs or whatever it was. They feel like they owe their life to Malachi York. And I think I felt that way at one point in time too. And when you have to realize that something ain't right, something isn't right. Sometimes as a great man, you feel this need to populate the earth. And that is in biblical law, that you are supposed to go forth and multiply. So then some type of way they get into this children thing. And I'm like, bro, no, you don't need to do that. But they feel like, I guess they feel like they got to put some urgency on their mission or something. And they don't care if they just take that risk. And I don't understand what's going on with that whole thing, but I do understand this right here. Okay, let me show y'all something. So I'm not making this up. That's the Circle 7, the problem book, the degree of Christism, the degree of Mohammedism. That's one of Malachi York's albums when he used to be looking kind of funny looking. Then that's the Nuwapian books. So some people don't know that with Nuwapianism, you can go get a degree in Christianity. You can get a degree in Mohammedism. You can go get the Circle 7. You could technically be every religion in the world pretty much, but you still his follower. So you might have somebody in the pulpit that's running around saying they're a Christian, and they read the King James version or the international version, but in real life they're a Nuwapian, And at home, they read this book. So y'all didn't think I was going to break the matrix. Y'all didn't think I knew that. Because it's a secret society. All they ask is trust. Remember, Jay-Z said, it's a secret society. All they ask is trust. What does Brother Polite tell everybody? You can get these different trade lines and you can get into the trust. This is what the trust is about. Oh, do you trust that I'm a holy man of God and like the man of old, like Muhammad, or what's his name? Elijah Muhammad, right? I don't know about the original Muhammad, but I remember there were different biblical characters that did have sex with children, their own children. And I think that is what's confusing a lot of people because it's like, it's like a glitch in the matrix. It's like once you reach a certain level, you become a prophet, and then there's only so far you can go. And this is the highest level. When you start making your own Bibles, your own religion, your own language, like this man really did it. Like it was like, whoa, this was a lot. But most people don't have all these books, and many of these books are like hidden. Like you can't get access to these books. Like I can't get access to these books because I didn't join a cult. So wherever they are, they're guarded. But this is the thing that really gets me because I was talking about Umar Johnson and the action figure. This is brother Malachi Z. York L. Doll, and he has. You can undress him from the little suit with the fez and put him in this little gold gown looking. I think they're supposed to be Egyptian clothes or something. But you can dress him. You can dress him and undress him. Is this how Malachi York got the children? It's just like if kids play with Superman and they watch Superman all day, and then you take them to Disney World and they see somebody dressed up as Superman. The kid doesn't know that that's not really Superman. Only it takes you to get to a certain age to be like, that ain't Superman. That's just a guy in a suit. So it's like, when do we realize that that's not Superman? That's just Umar Johnson toy. He's not really Superman. He can't fit in a Superman suit. Malachi York is not a god. He's a man. He just you just been playing with the toys because you was in the cult, and then he got you. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Yeah, I don't know if my wife has ever seen this, but I'm gonna just zoom back into the toy because I've already talked about Umar Johnson and his little toys. Why are grown men making toys like this? I could understand if it was like, you know, just animal toys like lions and bears and crocodiles, and if he put the little Egyptian crowns on the lion head, you know, that would be a crazy cool toy. Why didn't he deify the animals and make toys out of them for the children? What? Because who is this doll for? Because most people see it's still in the box. Most people won't even take it out the box. They think like action figures. Then some people will put it on their altar or their shrine because they pray to him. So when Brother Polite said that he prayed to Malachi York, was he praying to this doll? Was he touched by Malachi York? Wait, he said he was given his name by Malachi York, his wife's name and his daughter's name. But then Malachi York is in jail, so how is that possible? Oh, I know they be calling him and stuff, but when he said he was praying to, oh wait, he's Brother Polite said he never met Malachi York too, though, when he was with Prince York. So I'm confused, but when he said he prayed to Malachi York, was he praying to this little toy, this little action figure? Was this his idol? Where you could take him out of the suit, put him in the dress, and put the little hat on him, like Brother Polite has a little hat now. Which the hat is a copy of the Fez and the daggone Elijah Muhammad hat, which 19 Keys has copied into a head wrap. And I'm like, dude, how at such a young age do you deserve this crown? Like, where is the elder that's supposed to have the knowledge? I mean, I don't know, but I've exposed him already. But anyway, let me get to the main end of this. I was just looking at my ex, and I told y'all be scared of them pretty girls, because they will rape you. Look at how big my girlfriend arm is. She got them Incredible Hulk feet and them big arms. And I told you she raped me. Her arm looks bigger than mine. She won't go vegan. I tried to help her. That shit is crazy, man. I told you she was fucking strong, man. So this is Umar Johnson, the other man who has a doll or toy of himself. This is how he looks. And he went and made a toy of himself. And Tariq Nasheed put him in Hidden Colors. Malachi York pled guilty to being a pedophile and infecting boy and girl children. He has a doll of himself. Umar Johnson has a doll of himself. I think I've actually seen two different versions of it too. But the doll that you can take the clothes off and put the clothes on, everybody know what you do with the doll. You get the boy doll and the girl doll and you make them have sex. You know, bad kids, the older kid would sit up there and take the head off the doll and then, you know what I mean? They just do crazy stuff with stupid dolls. Be messing with the other kid. It's like, but a kid sees that toy and it's like, oh man. And then you meet the real person and they ain't shit. The nigga ain't shit. Malachi York pled guilty because he wasn't shit. And it's like, bro, it was one thing for him to like I could understand, because in my life I've had younger women trying to throw it at me. And I'm like, girl, where your ID at, shawty? How old is you, shawty? They say something stupid, I'm going the other direction. Nah, girl. If you don't tell me how old you are and you look young, that mean that you too young. You know what I mean? I saw some girl looking at me the other day. She was cross-eyed. I wasn't sure if she was looking at me, but then I figured it out. She was all cross-eyed. And then, hold on, let me get him off the screen. Let me tell y'all this story. Okay, yeah, this is the video, I think, where Brother Polight said he never met Malachi York. And that's the little hat that Prince York wears now. He's only a prince in the secret society. He's not a prince to average people in the world. Like, to an everyday person, he's a nobody. You just a Mason or something, somebody weird. You know what I mean? But to cult members, he's Prince York. But it's like, your daddy ain't shit. So what the fuck, man? I don't care about all that masonry, books, comic books, action figures. I don't care about none of that shit. You can go rewrite comic books and make action figures all you want. It doesn't make you a god. You get what I'm saying? Like, nigga didn't make a car company. He went and bought Bentleys. Like Brother Polight rents them. Okay. Y'all make a hat company. That's what y'all got, a hat company. But then the man that wears the hats got no hairline, so he can't even take the hat off and look reasonable. Okay. So let me just stop because I forgot where I was going. This girl, she was cross-eyed, and I wasn't sure if she was looking at me. And I figured out she was looking at me. I think she was with her dad. And she had on some little coochie cutter short shorts, and I'm just like, okay, I know she cross-eyed, but you know what? I can fix that, Jesus. You can fix it, Jesus. Jesus can heal it. So I ain't worried about her being cross-eyed. But what I'm worried about is, how old are you, shawty? Because you know, she's not that tall. So I'm like, okay, how old are you? And then she said she was old enough. You know what I did? Got the fuck on. You know what I mean? So Malachi York could have got away with it if it was just young girls. But when the young boy came out and they said that he had taken advantage of them, now we got predator pedophile. I see. I didn't understand when I was asleep. I thought Malachi York was making the children have sex and doing Egyptian rituals, and he was videotaping it or something. I didn't know that he was having sex with the kids. I'm like, oh shit, that's totally unholy. I could understand if Malachi York said, look, y'all gonna get married at 13, y'all adults now, y'all are young gods, and you gotta consummate the marriage before everyone in the society, including your parents and the elders. Like, I thought they was all just having sex in a circle, and they was just sitting around watching them, instructing them on how to have sex. I didn't know that he was doing the instructing himself physically. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, brother. And now we gotta wonder, who are all those different kids? Did Erykah Badu's children, were they on the land? Because I know she went there. They call it the land. Tamaray. They probably got some other names. They got a million names for everything. Uh, True Light, not Pro Light. His name is supposed to be True Light or Michael, whatever. Uh, I'm curious. Did Malachi York name you True Light? Or did Malachi York name you Brother Polite? What's your name, Nick? Oh man, that dude been so exposed. It's so bad. Everybody's seeing what's going on right now, and I've been told y'all about the dude. I told y'all he was creepy when I told you he was stalking me, and I'm like, bruh, you trying to steal my info? Don't you got enough in all the Malachi York books? You don't have. You shouldn't have to steal no more info, bro. But you still had to steal my info like young Pharaoh, who want to change his name to my name, Pharaoh Aten. I'm like, how you gonna be Aten? What ritual have you done to initiate yourself into the Aten priesthood? What ritual have you just went to sleep in the moonlight and woke up with the sunrise and stayed in the sun for 24 hours, you know what I mean, for over 24 hours, which would take, of course, more than a day. Just sunbathe, fall asleep in the sun, all that shit, have a dream about the sun. Like, what sun rituals have you done? I think I did one yesterday. Yep, I ate a sour orange and I got electrified. I ate a sour orange and my whole mouth felt like it got electrocuted. It was crazy. Crazy and cool. And that nigga stole my concept called vegan sexy. He stole vegan sexy from me. That's proof that you stole from me. And I should sue you, bro. Because you making my brand look bad. Vegan sexy is not about your wife twerking and with her fake looking body and from coming from God knows where and coming to America in y'all containers or shipping containers. You know what I mean? Trying to build houses out of your old shipping containers so you could wash the evidence of how you got in this country. Vegan sexy is not about your wife letting it all hang out. Vegan sexy is about your wife's skin looking good, your wife's hair looking good, your hairline looking good. You can't be vegan sexy if you ain't got no hairline. Your hair should regrow. You shouldn't have to go get surgery. But Brother Polite's probably gonna try to go get surgery on that hairline after he gets out of jail or whatever. I don't know what's going on if he's in there right now. But I'm done, y'all, because I don't want this video to be split. Sometimes it'll go over, sometimes it won't, depending on my memory. And yeah, I'm done pretty much. It's just crazy, like, they thought vegan sexy was being on that hoe shit they on where you wear high heels. No, vegan sexy has nothing to do with high heels. Stilettos and red bottoms and shit. This nigga be wearing matching red bottoms with his girl, and I'm like, bruh, y'all do not look tactical at all. Like, you look like sitting ducks. Y'all look like a lick. You know what a lick mean? You look like you can get hit, nigga. That's what you look like.